gentlemen, that have on jury, and your boy Cameron can't even get to a blue. The team principal of Red Bull Oracle Racing. What is going on? We talked about this on a gazillion occasions now. That potentially, if Maximilian Verstappen was going to stay over at Red Bull Racing as a racing driver going forward, then a couple of things needed to happen. Jos Verstappen told you this team will implode if indeed Christian Horner doesn't leave. It's techier than techie thinks, and I can't believe it. This has been announced in the first instance by Eric Van Haren. What's going on, Gordon? It's a complex too, and I had to go live. There is no green screen, there is no background. This is not fancy, but this is breaking news. Christian Horner is gonzo, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury. Eric Van Haren, more acutely aware of all the circumstances as far as Oracle Red Bull Racing, Max Verstappen and now Christian Horner, announced it just now as at 10 a.m. on Twitter. What are we doing, chat? What are we doing? This is absolute insanity. I can't even cope with it. Now, we knew it was a possibility if, of course, Maximilian Verstappen was going to stay as a going concern over at Red Bull. There are performance clauses, there are stipulations, therefore, but more than anything, we talked about this the other day, if Maximilian Verstappen was going to stay, then he needed for something to happen with Christian Horner. When we reported it first, there were two things. The first thing being potentially that Christian Horner's power was to be reduced, like say, I don't know, an Andrea Stella over at McLaren F1, change the structure, have somebody as your technical director, have somebody like Rob Marshall, therefore, have somebody as the dude who oversees the commercial arm, that's your Zach Brown type, segment, delegation, schemes of duties, or get rid of him altogether. Those are, I apologise, it is Miss RS, I had to go. I'm not near a computer, no mic, no nothing, so this had to, just don't understand. I can't comprehend it. Again, for those of you who just joined Horner to Ferrari, potentially, Diana, well, I mean, it was no coincidence as far as a timing perspective that the one they call Freddie Vasseur, not present at the Austrian Grand Prix, Jos Verstappen in place, but no, Lauren Meckers is replacing. Listen, for those of you just joining, I had to go live. I'm not by a computer, but we've got the biggest news in the past couple of years. Sans Lewis Hamilton joining Scuderia Ferrari, and that, of course, is this. Christian Horner, as at 10 a.m. British time, has been sacked as Oracle Red Bull Racing Team Principal. What are we doing here, chat? Where's he going to go? Scuderia Ferrari, potentially. Well, John Elkann's been after him. Why did they sack him? Well, of course they needed to sack him because Max Verstappen told them two things needed to happen again. I'm skipping around here, but I'm a bit excited because it's too techier than techie things. Absolutely blow my mind too, Turtle. We always knew it was a potential eventuality, but not that it would happen this soon. I think a couple of things are pertinent here that we need to call out. In the first instance, Charlie Mavidja, the greeting that he gave to Christian Horner last Grand Prix at Canada, a bit cold. And again, if you were going to continue as everything's kicking off here, chat. If you were going to continue as Red Bull Racing Team Principal, the support of the Charlie Mavidjas is exactly who you would need. It's techie, chat. And again, when Christian Horner first had his problems, it was always going to be this way, right? If you had the 51% owner support of them, then you could continue as Red Bull Racing Team Principal. But it's no, Sammy, it's all over the shop today. I'm visiting a friend, so it's chaotic. In the hospital live, reporting on Christian Horner. Listen, Peter, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but he always needed the support of the adopted. They saw him as an adopted son, though. When he had his problems, Christian Horner, and that, yeah, no, I'm all right, Ali, it's not me, I'm visiting her. I'm visiting family. No, speculation as to where I am, but no, I'm all good here. But I needed to visit a family. I just don't, go on then, let me review this quickly before I go back. Christian Horner been sacked. There's a couple of threads at which we need to pull. Charlie Mavidja, he saw Christian Horner as an adopted son. So many people spoke about potentially there being a break in their relationship because of the way Charlie Mavidja greeted Christian Horner last time out now. That's what everybody was saying at the time, that they were cold. When Christian Horner first, yeah, well, no, not maternity time. He just visiting a close family friend. It's Techie. He did run a tight set. Listen, I've always said about Christian that if I was going to take one team principle in with battle, if I was going to go under the breach one more time, do you know what I mean? Go over the top, it would be with Christian Horner, because he was never afraid to go hard, right? Go hard or go home. There was no extent to which Christian Horner would not go, but he's gone, sacked. Maybe he's going to go to Ferrari, but here's what you need to know. Here's what's critical. As far as Christian Horner, here's the thing, chat, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury. Charlie Mavija, when Christian Horner was going through it last year, misconduct gate, people always said that Charlie Mavija was there for him, that the reason why he was able to get through it as team principal of Red Bull Racing was one, because Charlie Mavija saw Christian Horner as an adopted son, did they not? That was what everybody said, that was the truth. But now look, it's a bit different. You saw the way that Charlie Mavija greeted Christian Horner. Got a bit techie, didn't it? It looked like they weren't even friends, like Charlie Mavija didn't even want to talk to Christian Horner, and that matters, because as far as the private group that is Oracle Red Bull Racing, if indeed you're talking about the 51% owners, they make all the bloody decisions. If you don't have the backing of Charlie Mavija, then you don't have backing at Oracle Red Bull Racing. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, it's techie than techie things. Some say that Charlie Mavija wasn't keen. And again, this is at the altar of underperformance, is it not? You appoint Liam Lawson, he's not the one. You appoint Nick DeVries, he wasn't the one either. You appoint Tsunoda-san, and he's dropping the case. What's that? 5 races back to back to back that Yuki Tsunoda hasn't been the one. Again, Christian Horner was the one who said that you can't run a race for the Constructors' Championship if indeed you're running on one leg. And Red Bull have been running on one. All they needed to do, therefore, is concentrate and give Maximilian Verstappen the car. What have they done there? Pierre Vacher was meant to be the successor, the heir apparent to the last airbender throne. And what's gone on there? No dice. They've been struggling ad infinitum. Max Verstappen has been complaining about bloody understeer, snap oversteer, understeer each and every single time. I'm going to have to go back and visit my, he's getting techier than techie things over here. Too much chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, the F1 jury. Listen, I'd go for it. I would go for it. DC, you're a legend. Apparently, I'm going to have to, it's getting too techie over here. Excuse me, could you, your boy's in hospital visiting and it's all over the shop. I'm going to have to run. Guys and girls, there's your breaking news in summary. Christian Horner no longer team principal of Red Bull Racing. What are we doing here, chat? For real, oh, the humanity, replaced, by the way, by one Lauren Meckis, head team principal of Racing Bulls, or at least it was yesterday. Oh, the humanity.